Question number 8, the Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. Does he agree with the Reserve Bank that house price inflation in our largest city, Auckland, is rapid? If so, what is the government doing to deal with the demand and price pressures caused by speculators?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, yes, I do agree with the Reserve Bank, but I don't agree with the member's habit of calling everyone who wants to buy a house a speculator. Many, if not most, buyers are not. Of course, speculators who buy and sell houses with the aim of making a profit are already required to pay tax on any capital gains. In addition, the government has significantly tightened tax rules for property owners and investors and provided Inland Revenue with extra resources to enforce those tax rules. These moves are expected to raise $700 to $800 million of extra tax on property investment every year, far in excess of any estimates of capital gains tax. The government is focusing, though, as a top priority on the supply of housing. As outlined by the Productivity Commission, regulatory restrictions on the supply of new housing and new land in Christchurch and Auckland markets is a significant driver of the increases in prices. The government is also focusing on reducing the delays and costs of RMA processes, improving the timely provision of infrastructure, and working with the construction sector to lift their low levels of productivity.
Supplementary question, the Honourable David Parker.
Would a capital gains tax excluding the family home dampen demand from the owners of multiple numbers of houses, if you don't like the word speculators, given that 40% of Auckland homes are no longer owner-occupied?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the owners of multiple homes would refer to a significant number of New Zealanders, and many of them would not regard themselves as speculators. Well, David Shearer,
Order.
Maybe others. Mr. Speaker, in Australia they have that kind of capital gains tax, and it has made no difference. Australia also has restrictions on foreign buyers, and Australia has a less affordable housing market than New Zealand. That is why we are focusing on mechanisms such as the Housing Accord with Auckland Council, targeting the construction of 39,000 new houses in Auckland over the next 3 years. We've also about to pass legislation, hopefully with the support of the Labor Party, giving the government the capacity to speed up consenting so that we can get more houses on the ground faster in Auckland.
Supplementary question, the Honourable David Parker.
Did he make representations to the Reserve Bank to exempt Kiwi first home buyers from loan-to-value ratio restrictions? And if so, why did he not include such an exemption as a condition of LVRs when he gave the Reserve Bank the power to use them?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the Reserve Bank in the end will make the decisions about LVRs. The government has been consulted and has put the point of view that was articulated by the Prime Minister publicly several weeks ago. But I would say this is not in the same way that having a capital gains tax that exempts most houses. The Reserve Bank, of course, has raised the issue of the challenge of having restrictions on high or low deposit loans that might exclude most people with a low deposit. The question for the Reserve Bank is how to make that kind of intervention effective.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
Why does the government think it's fair to give preference to overseas house buyers over Kiwi first home buyers by shutting first home buyers out via loan-to-valuation ratios while leaving overseas property speculators free rein to buy and make tax-free capital gains?
Honourable
Mr. Speaker, I simply don't agree with the member's premises. And in any case, whatever happens with LVRs, the real driver of house prices is restriction of supply of houses. Auckland needs 13,000 houses a year. It's getting 4,000, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter whether people are first home buyers or long-term investors in housing or own family homes, all their interests will be served by more houses on the ground faster and lower interest rates than would otherwise be the case.
Question number 9, Ian McKelvey.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Trade. What reports has he received of international